Hey everyone. Today, this week, week 8, coming to you from the balcony of our church, overlooking the altar and some empty pews, and they still remain empty, which is a bummer. And it's sad to think about. We're still in the red when it comes to the directive that the governor has set. And so it doesn't look like we're going to be able to have our drive-in service as we had hoped. But it also just kind of puts us in this isolation a little bit longer. So I know this is hard for everybody. And so I'm just want to be an encouragement to you to say, look, today's Monday and we're a day closer to this thing ending. And so just hang in there, keep the faith, be encouraged, look at your blessings, and fight the feeling of defeatedness as best as you can. We wanted to continue our Psalms, daily Psalms for hope, and today we begin with Psalm 108. It's a short one, and so I'll read this and then get into some explanation of this. Verse 1, it says, "My heart is steadfast, O God. I will sing and make melody with all my being. Awake, O harp and lyre. I will awake the dawn. I will give thanks to you, O Lord, among the peoples. I will sing praises to you among the nations. For your steadfast love is great above the heavens. Your faithfulness reaches to the clouds. Be exalted, O God, above the heavens. Let your glory be over all the earth. And your beloved ones may be that your beloved ones may be delivered. Give salvation by your right hand and answer me. God has promised in his holiness, with exaltation I will divide up Shechem, the portion out the valley of Succoth. Gilead is mine, Manasseh is mine, Ephraim is my helmet, Judah my scepter, Moab is my wash basin, and upon Edom I cast my shoe, over Philistia I shout in triumph. Who will bring me to the fortified city? Who will lead me to Edom? Have you not rejected us, O God? You do not go out, O God, with our armies. O grant us help against the foe, for vain is the salvation of man. With God we shall do valiantly. It is he who will tread down our foes." One of the things that when I was reading about this that I did not know, but the study portion of my Bible indicated that this is a combination of two different psalms that David wrote earlier in his life. One was Psalm 57, verses 7 through 11, and the other was Psalm 60, verses 5 through 12. And each of these psalms, David, it says in the note, was a response to stress, being haunted in Psalm 57 and being defeated in Psalm 60. Now, they don't know why he put these two together, but the theory is, and I'll just kind of read what the note says. It says David, from time to time, old defeats come back to haunt us. Perhaps a future challenge reminds us of a past failure. At times like this, we're to remember that God, who delivered us in the past, is with us in the present and the future. And I thought about that. And times like this really can do that to us, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. We can be reminded of past failings. We can be reminded of hard times in our lives. And as David was, and apparently have no idea why he pieced these two psalms together, but these two psalms are reminding of an haunting that he had in his heart and mind, and also a defeat that he experienced. And so sometimes that's what happens in life. And it is challenging and hard for us to not go there mentally. But the encouragement for us today is that in the midst of all this stuff that we're experiencing, and now the extensions that could cause this to go who knows how long, we're going to have to do this week by week. But in the midst of all that, it really plays on our minds and brings back things that God doesn't want us to be thinking about. That God doesn't want us to be reflecting on and letting have power over our lives. And so the encouragement for you today and for me is to turn to Him and allow Him to be the God that He promises to be in your life and in mine. A God that sustains us and will provide for us and protect us. It's hard to really value that holistically in a time like this. But we can't let the past come back to haunt us. We got to keep looking toward our God and know that in the future and in the present, He is going to be with us, and He does have a plan. And so I hope that helps at the beginning of this week to really set your mind and your heart on who He is and what He is capable of doing in your life. So may God's blessings be upon you this day, and for you to be a blessing as well. Be strong and hope-filled in Jesus' name. See you next time.